You're listening to the iBall podcast on iBall Radio and iBallRadio.com.
We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five. Brothers.
What up, and welcome to another episode of the iBall podcast. I'm your host, Derek Williams, also known as D-Will, the coach, and I'm here with my co-host, my big brother, Brian Williams, a.k.a. Coach Chill Will. What up, Chill?
What's good? Everybody good?
Yes, sir. Another day, another dollar inside the iBall Radio studios here live in Montgomery, Alabama. And, of course, on the ones and twos, we got our producer extraordinaire, Breezy's in the building. What up, Breezy?
Hello, world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Chill Will.
Yes, sir.
Man, they got me hot, bro.
I know you hot, bro.
I'm hot right now,
Yeah.
dog. Like,
Yeah.
and we gonna jump into we ain't gonna jump into the reason I'm hot,
Right.
But we gonna jump into some interesting conversation this week, man. As we gonna break down some rules, man. We gonna dive into the Alabama High School Athletic Association rules and bylaws handbook.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where you got to start at.
You got to start there, man, because we have a lot of conversations, man. 146 of them to be exact. We got a lot of conversations about just the state of high school basketball in Alabama. What can help to change it? Y'all listen to us every week. Y'all know what we talk about. And if we really gonna invoke some change, we got to go and step into the deep wind. Like step into the water, bro.
Yeah.
Like go ahead and let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of what really needs to be done if we're gonna find some change in the state.
You're gonna have to, man, because if like you say, if you're gonna have to change, you got to understand how it's moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I think now, you know, as our platform grows and as we really tap into this game and say, hey, man, you know what? We're gonna be the voice of the streets. We're gonna be the voice of Alabama when it comes to what's going on.
Right.
We gotta dive all the way in.
Hey, and I'm saying, man, you just said something that I really like. We the voice of the streets.
No doubt.
We the voice of the streets, man.
Yeah.
We speak for everybody in the streets in the state of Alabama, man,
yes.
in this basketball community, man. Like if y'all air your grievances, we'll put them out there for you, right? Because a lot of y'all grievances, we got the same ones.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, man, we're going to jump into it, man. We're going to jump into some bylaws because you went to the rules clinic, and it was a rule that jumped out at you that, burned your bottom. You feel what I'm saying? And it stood out to you, and me and you had to dive deep into it.
Yeah, because I said it to you, and you was like,
I was like, that don't sound right.
Yeah, and I had to keep diving. I had to make you feel what I felt.
I had to feel it, and now I'm pissed. I'm hot because I think I knew it to be true, but I didn't know it to be true. That's why the kind of when we started off the episode, like if we gonna know this stuff, let's dive all the way into it and know it, right? Yeah. So me and you were having a conversation. We was like, okay, that's what we're gonna talk about in the podcast.
Yeah.
But me and you really didn't know the actual answer.
So we about to change.
Right. We didn't know the actual answer, and it would have been a good dynamic of me and you to go back and forth, arguing with each other, having some barbershop talk, but we don't do barbershop talk.
Right.
We speak facts.
Right.
We speak facts. So we had to go find the answer.
Right.
And we went and found the answer. The answer wasn't good.
Nah, that makes sense.
The answer's not good, bro.
It tells you why we moving, how we moving.
Right.
And then, like I say, man, just to dive a little deeper, man, finding out what we need to find out to really try to get some change. Hey, bro, it's a lot of leg work.
Politics as usual.
Yo, it's always politics.
We knew
at the
that.
top.
We knew that.
Yeah.
But to even okay, I come from the world of news.
Yeah.
I did news,
Yeah.
right? I did politics, right? And I knew how the world of politics kind of on the outsides. I kind of realized how it works. Boy, ain't nothing different.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing different.
No.
Like you got to do this. You got to do the same type of work and get the same type of support if you want to see change. To invoke change is not easy, but if you're gonna be a change maker, you're gonna have to put the work in.
You got to keep knocking on the door, man. You got to keep your feet on the ground, and you got to keep pushing to get change to happen, because it's people in places that maybe just don't care.
Hell no, they don't care.
They don't care.
That's the problem with getting change is you're having to go through somebody who don't care.
They don't care.
Like you coming in, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Nah. Well, my so and so over here told me that's the way they like. So we went boom.
But I think, like you said, man, one of the biggest things is that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, we got to do an even better job of letting people know in the state of Alabama, the iBall is here.
We here.
Like, we got to do a better job.
We gotta do
Even
it
though
better.
we do an outstanding job now,
Yeah.
having the conversation we had, we got to do a better job.
We got to do a better job. And it's up to y'all.
Yeah.
To make sure you say that name.
Yeah.
But, man, let's go to a quick commercial
Let's go.
break, man. And once we get back from commercial break, we're going to jump into what we're talking about today, the rules.
Yeah.
The rules, man. We'll be right back after this word from Guard Your Man. Introducing Guard Your Man, where passion meets purpose. We're not just about sports. We're about shaping futures. With mentorship at our core, we empower underserved youth to reach their full potential. Join us as we build leaders, foster resilience, and ignite dreams. Guard Your Man, transforming lives through communications, athletics, and education, one goal at a time. Join the movement today. And we're back. That's right, man. We are back with the #1 podcast for all things high school and college basketball here in the state of Alabama. That's the iBall podcast, little iBall podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you go check us out on YouTube at the iBall Radio YouTube page. Again, that's little iBall Radio on YouTube. And, of course, Instagram, Twitter, Instagram, X, Facebook, wherever. All social media accounts. Make sure you go check out the iBall podcast. You see it scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Make sure you go subscribe to that YouTube page. But Chill Will.
Lock in.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I know this is the off season, right? So when you're in the off season, for a lot of people, their shows don't last through the off season because they don't know how to keep context or content fresh. Right. And now Breezy teasing us with the music, but you got to keep the content fresh, right? And you got to figure out what it is that people are interested in during the off season. And me and you came across something. Last week during the Alabama High School Sports Week at the Rules Clinic.
Yeah,
and it was something that stood out to you
big time.
And in that, I'm gonna let you just. I know you don't want to say it all.
Yeah, I don't want to get all the way into it, but it's a part of our game.
It's a part of our game.
It's a matter of fact, it's a huge part of our game.
Facts.
And it's coaching outside of your season.
Okay. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we know all the coaches are dialed in during the season.
Right.
Trying to get that blue map. We know you're dialed in during the month of June.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said on the phone, a lot of times what happens is the coaches are coaching multiple sports. Mm-hmm. So even though I'm the basketball coach, when my season is out, I got to go do track. I got to go do golf.
Cross country.
I got to go do that.
Right.
So sometimes.
But you know what that alludes to? Let me cut you off real quick. But I'm going to tell you what that alludes to, bro. Coaches have to do that to get a check.
Yeah.
We just posted a clip on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter,
it's
TikTok.
Going dumb.
It's TikTok is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And we just posted it, and you sat there, you looked in the camera, it was like, if you want me, it's 6 figures.
Yeah.
That's part of the issue right there. A lot of the basketball coaches don't get paid, so they're having to go coach track. They got to go coach cross country. They got to go be on the assistant on the softball team. They got to go help out with volleyball. They got to go do all of these things to get their checkup, right? So they are not able to concentrate on the sport that it is they love. Yeah. And we're here talking about basketball. I don't give a damn about football. I don't care about it. Right. I'm talking about basketball specific. Right. And we just had a conversation. They were talking, you got to understand that all the coaches, it's all the sports. Okay, cool. But I'm talking about basketball specifically. And if we're talking about that, bro, if you have to go, if you're unable to coach travel ball in the same sport that you coach at your said high school, if any of your players are on it. That is the dumbest damn rule in the world. It's 2 reasons I say it's dumb, Chill. First off, and I'm gonna say the first one, I want to get your thoughts on it. It stops coaches from being able to hone in on their craft.
Right.
Like, you're telling me, you're not telling me you can't coach, but don't you think it makes a lot of sense for me to coach something that's familiar?
Yeah.
right? I'm able to coach familiar. I'm able to coach kids and actually get them better in the off season. What you think about that?
Man, I totally agree with what you're talking about, because we talking about Alabama. Like you say, we talk about basketball, but
Right.
it's really only 2 revenue-generating sports in the state.
Period.
You feel what I'm saying? So
Period.
you got football and you got basketball. Like you said, that's why I said what I said about the clip,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't catch the head football coach at a program doing anything else.
Come on. Teaching
You
or
understand
nothing.
what I'm saying?
Nothing.
Basically, because he's brought in to run that program, to build that program, to be in the community, to make it what it is. And like you
Right.
said, you'll catch the basketball coach at a program in Alabama doing something else
Right.
to get some compensation from somewhere else.
Right.
But like you said, that hurts me getting my kids that's a part of an income revenue generating sport recruited.
Right. It hurts. It hurts.
Or my program getting development.
Who knows that kid better than coach?
But then you say you can't coach in the out. So you're saying the golf coach can come coach basketball in Alabama because he's not doing
So here's the
basketball
thing.
at the school.
No, but here's the thing. So this is what confused me. So they're telling us, I'm gonna use your example. The golf coach can go coach your whole team on an AAU team. Because remember, they changed the rule, thank goodness, that multiple players from one high school team can play on the same AAU team.
We did get that done.
That got done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now they're saying, okay, that coach can't coach them. But the golf coach or the football coach can come and coach them in the summer.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm going to tell you, I see Mountain Brook do this a lot. Right? I will see Mountain Brook at a random YBOA AAU tournament. And it'll be all the players from Mountain Brook. And they won't have a coach at all. They won't even have on jerseys. They'll have on t-shirts with the numbers drawn on them, right? But the thing is, why can't Tyler Davis, who's the coach at Mountain Brook, go coach those guys?
Well, you know why it is. You know exactly why it is. Because the whole legislation is being passed because coaches that are not locked into basketball are afraid of coaches who are locked into basketball because they feel that they're recruiting their kids to their schools. But that's not me recruiting my kid to my school. That's me as a parent sitting back saying, hey, my child goes to this school. You guys are not invested in the sport that he's playing in. This coach over here is invested in, we're going to go here. So to block all of that, hey, this coach can't do this, you can't do this sport. So it cuts down on the amount of work that a basketball coach in this state will continue to have to do outside of the season to keep his players. And why is that the case?
I just don't understand why we're doing it. It feels as, and this is a newer rule, and I'm about to go to the rule.
Yeah,
right?
go to
and
it.
Breezy, I think I sent it to you, Breezy. If you can throw it up on the screen, man, we're gonna throw it up on the screen for y'all so y'all can follow along with us.
Where you send it to?
iBall Radio, Gmail, and I sent it to your email also, hbrown@iballradio.com. Y'all want to hear that?
Hey man, I
Breezy?
had to pull
I don't see it.
Hey man, I had to pull my readers out for this one, man.
You had to pull your
I had
readers
to pull
out.
my readers out, man, because it got real.
I don't see it.
You don't.
And neither email.
Oh, that's impossible because me and B got it. I'm looking at it right
Man,
here.
I wonder what's going on with the email sometimes.
I don't know, man. The email be tripping. I thought you said you heard the ding of the email earlier.
That was show notes.
Oh, that was show notes.
Yeah, so
Oh, nah, it's in the iBall Radio. It might already be open. You in the iBall Radio?
Yeah.
It should just be the link as the. Yeah, that's it.
This.
Yeah, that's it. Breeze say Breeze be like, I don't got nothing. He ain't even looked at it.
gotta read.
Gotta read,
Gotta
Breeze.
read, baby.
Gotta read. Go to page 52. 52, 53.
Interesting.
Boom. And you see about halfway down it says coaching. What does it say, Breezy?
Right here where it say coaches may coach students.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, so we're gonna pull that up on the screen for y'all. And I'm gonna read this rule out loud, cause it's confusing as hell. Like, y'all know when you go through rules and bylaws, and it be a bunch of like, this ain't English. Why you can't put this in layman's English terms, right?
Yeah.
Because all this that y'all talking is just is a way to poo-poo and get around everything that y'all really don't want to say, right? So
that they really don't want to say.
They really don't want to say. They don't want to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, but here it is, man. This is
coaching outside of your season. Isn't it?
coaching outside of your season. They gonna make me do that. See, y'all wrong for this.
What's that?
They making me flip through all this, man. Like, oh, here we go. All right. It says coaching outside of your school year. This is in the Alabama High School Athletic Association's bylaws handbook, right? And if you go to Alabama High School Athletic Association website and click on something, then scroll down halfway through the page, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Right? I ain't finna do that job for them. But you can go find it, right?
Yeah.
But this is in section 15. So if you want to go look at it, it's on bylaws. It's on page 52 and 53, right? It says section 15, coaching outside school year. And it says no administrator, coach, or non-faculty coach from a school staff may hold organized practice except during allowed period or competition for its school or its feeder schools, grades 7 through 12, outside the sports season during the school year. Members of a school coaching staff are allowed to coach girls or boys students from his or her school teams during the off season during the school year within the allowed period as described below. Any coach that coaches a student from another school in practice or competition renders that student or offending coach ineligible at the coach's school in the sport in which the violation occurred for the next school session. Then I'm going to read this note real quick. It says coaches may coach students from the coach's school or feeder school as long as it's not a sport the coach coaches or will coach at the school for the following school season. After all that mumbo jumbo, chill.
The note.
It's
Crazy.
The note broke it down.
Note is crazy.
I read all that mumbo jumbo,
Yeah.
but I went straight to the note, and it's
Yeah.
like, this is what it says.
This is
so
what
they
it
gave
says.
me layman.
Yeah.
Okay, that's layman.
Yeah.
I take that. Coaches may coach students from the coach's school or feeder school as long as it's not a sport the coach coaches or will coach at the school for the following school season. So what they're saying is the assistant coach of the basketball program can coach all your guys. The assistant coach is cool. But the head coach cannot coach any player that goes to his school in the sport that he coaches at that school. So if he coaches
Or anybody from their feeder school.
or anybody from the middle school,
Somebody who's coming to them.
they can't coach them in AAU. So I can't even go down to the lower levels and coach AAU basketball. You feel what I'm saying? That is insane. That it went back to my first point. It's taking away coaches' ability. And I know people might say you're reaching, D. Will. No, I'm not. It's taking away coaches' ability to hone their craft during the off season. Right? So my thing is, I'm gonna say it like this then. If y'all say I'm tripping, so you want me to go coach some garbage to continue coaching? Like if my players are the best players, I want to coach the best players, but I can't coach the best players because they go to my school. So you saying I got to go coach some kids that are not as good to continue coaching during the off season, or go find other kids that are good and coach them against my kids that I coach with during the school year.
The problem is that's not the rule everywhere.
The problem is that's not the rule everywhere.
That's the problem.
And what have we been talking about? Our kids bolting.
That's why. Because we just had the conversation about an EYBL team we saw won 3 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying their high school coach is coaching them in the season.
Right.
So he's also helping with the most important part of all of this, the recruiting.
Yes, man.
I am involved in my players' recruiting. Let's talk about the disconnect between the AAU programs and the high school coaches here in the state of Alabama. Mm-hmm. There's always some kind of
There's always a disconnect.
Mm-hmm. But that's the reason for the disconnect, because if I'm a high school coach and I can't really be involved, that means I really have to give my kids
To somebody else.
to somebody totally different, and they may not be in line with what we're trying to do as a program.
But here's the thing. What is the bad part about me being able to develop my kids in the off season? It's my job. The kids that play at my school, if I'm the head coach, it's my job to develop those kids. Why are you taking away my ability to develop those kids because of what this rule says? I'm trying to find out where's the advantage in the rule if they do it.
I told you what the problem was. I don't think it has anything to do. I think it's about coaches feel because I don't want to do it in the summer.
Right.
I don't want to coach
So you
basketball.
can't be allowed to
I
do it.
want to go do track.
Right.
But because I want to go do track and you want to do basketball, that might give you the opportunity to recruit my kid to your program.
But my thing is, I'm not even talking about your kid to go to your school playing for me. I don't even care about that. I'm talking about me coaching my players that go to my school.
Right.
It ain't about recruit. I don't even think recruiting their players is a big deal. I think the problem is you're worried about if I'm able to play with my kids during the summer and I want to go, I want to go do baseball. You gonna get better and you gonna beat my ass when the season comes.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do is we ain't gonna let nobody do it because I don't want to do it.
Right.
I don't want to spend. It's a lot of y'all coaches out there. Y'all don't want to spend the time with your doggone players.
Yeah.
Right. You don't want to spend time with your players.
You running behind stipends.
You running behind stipends.
Yeah.
So the coaches who care about that sport, they don't. And I get it. You say you got to do this for all sports. Hell, let's do it for all sports.
Right.
Right. Because my thing is, and no other sport except baseball, and it don't even work the same. Has the travel system like basketball.
Yeah.
AAU basketball is bigger than any other travel program that's out there. Soccer, volleyball, baseball, all of that.
Volleyball big, but I get you.
But volleyball is big.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like on this level.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My thing is as a revenue generating sport.
True story.
Right? So none of those are.
Right.
This is. So why are you taking away the ability for me to develop my kids that's going to further help them? And that's all, y'all say that's what y'all about, Alabama High School Athletic Association. It's about the student athlete.
Yeah.
So why are we taking away opportunities for the student athlete to get better and to get I gotta give him to somebody else, and then I gotta go coach travel softball if I want to coach in the summer.
Yeah.
I can't even coach that makes no sense.
Yeah.
That makes absolutely no sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And that's why I say we got to continue to read the rule over and over and over again. And like I say, I'm just going to continue to read it and continue to see what it's saying. Because like you said, I mean, and maybe that's something that needs to be brought up. And, you know, I think it's fairly new, though.
Listen, this rule that I'm reading is only 2 years old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think
So who in the hell 2 years ago decided to go through all the steps to get this done to put this rule into place?
I'm telling you, man, we don't want to talk about it. Dog, I just told you. You say you don't want to talk about it. People felt that their kids were getting recruited through the AAU system. That's what they felt. But your kids are only getting recruited through the AAU system if you're taking your hands off of them the entire time, because that means you're not investing in their development. So what do you want me to do? Sit around and wait on you, coach?
So I got to give them to the AAU coach who don't coach at a school, okay, but now he has a relationship with said school. He has my player. He goes to play with this other kid that plays at the other school. Hey, man, you might as well just transfer and go play with him. Now I'm getting the AAU coach recruiting directly against me.
And man, recruiting is just a part of sports, period. I mean,
I know that we gonna get hit for that because we're not supposed to be using the word recruiting.
Man, we gonna talk about it. Recruiting is a part of it.
No
but
doubt.
What I'm saying is we need to get back to what's really important. And what's really important is the player, their development, and where they go from here. That's what's important.
That's all.
It's just like I say, it's like a student. Come to school, get your education, get you whatever you need to do, move forward. We're losing sight because, like you said, you know, wins and losses. In Pop Warner, you want to talk about it's about participation. Then you get up to this level, and now we start changing all these rules because the wins and losses do matter.
They do matter,
but the wins and losses mattered the entire time.
They've always mattered. But here's what I want to say, Chill. Like, why are we making rules? And I was finna say why. That's a dumbass question. I'm not even gonna say that because I know the answer to it, and y'all know the answer to it, and you know the answer to it. But here's the thing: why are we worried about how good a program gets? Isn't that what we should want?
Yeah.
Should we want every program to do as much as they possibly can to get better?
I don't think everybody want to work.
Well, because half of them ain't getting paid.
That's what I don't want to spend that time.
So if you, that's crazy. Okay, you don't want to, don't. Just get your ass whooped. Let me go over here and practice. Let me go over here and do my thing. Let me go do what I need to do to help my kids get to where they need to be.
Because we working.
We working. Like, it's people that come do 1-2 podcasts, and then they fade into a blip. We working.
We're working.
We ain't stopping. 146 episodes.
Right.
We ain't stopping. But we get on the phone with somebody, and y'all say all these other names, and y'all know. But I digress.
No, but they need to know.
They need to know.
They need to know. In the state of Alabama, we're leading the charge when it comes to information about what's going on in this game of basketball in the state of Alabama.
Now, I'm going to tell you like this, Chill Will. I was sitting here, and people going to look at me when they go back and watch this podcast, and they going to see me. You said something, and my eyes going to go over. And I'm sitting here, and the whole time you was talking, I was thinking to myself. And, like, I remember we was in the office, and you asked me, like, Breezy don't like that song. He keep hitting it. He don't. You just gonna have to listen to it, bro.
It's not supposed to be there.
Like, well, just play it.
It's got the wrong name on it.
Just play it.
That's the one.
Yeah. So, what the hell was I saying?
You was in the office.
We was in the office talking, right? And while we were in the office talking, I was trying to come up with examples, and I couldn't come up with one directly, but I knew one. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know one. But here's the thing I question, and I'm not going to say it on the air, right? Because that shit happened, right? It happened. And I'm like, that happened, right? It's currently happening. I saw it this summer happen. Why is it able to happen? Like I'm going to have to text it to you. And I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to say it, but it's an example of somebody coaching AAU. And they said feeder system also. And in the rules, in this bylaws, I'm looking at it right now, it has in parentheses 7 through 12, right? Meaning grade 7 through 12, feeder system. So that's all the way from, that's basically junior high. It's not middle school, but junior high to high school.
Because it's what, 6th, 7th, 8th now?
6th, 7th, 8th now.
Okay.
And like, this is a new rule.
Yeah,
so they put 7th.
Okay.
So I guess a high school coach go coach 6th grade. That's gonna come from his feeder system, I guess. Like, but this says specifically 7 through 12.
Well, you know, if you're 6th grade, you still play your Y.
Oh, that's right.
And what happens? You don't play your school until 7.
And that's the dumbest thing. Why let a 6th grader go if you're not gonna let him play?
And he's in that system already.
He's already there.
He's 6th, 7th, 8th, but you're not letting a 6th grader play in the 7th, 8th system.
That don't make sense.
Man, listen, man. It's a lot, man. When you really start digging, what's the thought process of holding kids back from saying, let's get on with the development?
Right.
Because the quicker they can get involved in a system of practice, what that program's going to do, get acclimated, now they can figure out how to start putting themselves in a position to contribute. And it's just like we're doing everything to kind of push them out and make it a little bit more difficult.
I just have an issue. Why is this damn thing giving me a problem? I don't know. Let me throw that back there. There we go. But the issue I have is, and I think more so, and I know when we start having these conversations with people, I already know what their argument is going to be. Because they're sitting here, me and you talking about it. I always try to play devil's advocate in my head. Like, I already know what their pushback is going to be. Their pushback is not going to be what you think it is, recruiting. That's not going to be it. It's going to be competitive balance. Competitive balance is going to be the issue. It's going to be their leading charge on saying, same way they talk about the shot clock. The shot clock might give other schools competitive balance.
Yeah, boy, right? That's crazy. I heard that conversation
exactly
over the weekend where people were talking about they are really, and we wonder why it's been taking so long for it to happen.
Right.
Because in the rooms where the bylaws and these happen and you have to go through all of these channels,
right? You
have people that are making the decision making in those channels that don't want it.
They don't want it. Don't want it.
Like I heard someone say, man, why do we have to play with the shot clock? It's going to speed the game up. Because that's a coach that says, hey, I'm going to play like this. I'm going to play slowly. I don't want a clock where I got to shoot the basketball every 35 seconds. I want it where I can run offense 3 minutes at a time. You understand? So it's a lot going on with the conversations of things that are going on to get some of these rules changed. Mm-hmm. And like you said early in the show, it's going across the desk and across the table of people who don't care and who don't particularly
chill. We
care
just
to
had
see the change.
We just had a conversation with somebody at Alabama High School Athletic Association, and they said when you said that, they was like, yeah, that's the issue you have. And then he gives it, well, this is what I would do if I was trying to get something done. I would go to this area and get with that person, try to get me some allies. Go to this part, get me some allies. Cross the aisle to other sports, get me some allies, because these rules that you're trying to change just don't equate to basketball. They go across all sports. So they're telling you to go get allies in all these other areas of the state, across all these other sports to get it done. And my thing is, you just said it, and he alluded to it. You're gonna run across some of these people that don't give a damn.
Yeah. So why do I have to go try to convince every sport when I'm looking at our sport?
I'm trying to get the shot clock done. The football coach don't care about the shot clock.
He don't care.
You know why he don't care? Because buying shot clocks for the Alabama High School for the basketball team takes away from our budget on the football field.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like so I don't want the shot clock. Because I don't want to have to pay an extra referee. I don't want to have to pay for the shot. I don't want to have to do none of that.
Man, as I'm sitting here listening to you talking, man, it just goes to show, man, in every organization, I think the pushback that people at the top receive is the issue. Because like you said, we talk about the football coach and the basketball coach all the time, maybe bumping heads in programs for athletes, because we all know football's a numbers game. Like, I gotta have bodies. Bodies
are most important.
You feel what I'm saying? So you'll have a basketball coach that has athletes and bringing them in and trying to get things done. But now we're running into a situation with travel basketball, 7-on-7 football. Now it's getting workouts.
I wonder, can a high school coach 7-on-7 football? I guess not.
I don't know. We need to
see it. Listen, if there's some high school coaches out there coaching 7-on-7 at the schools that they coach at, I got an issue.
No, they are coaching 7-on-7.
So the coaches are coaching 7-on. That's travel.
The head.
Is that not travel, or is that sanctioned through the school? So they're not the school, because I know you ain't letting them play school ball during 7-on-7.
Yeah, the schools play each other.
So hold on.
The schools play each other.
So time out. Pull the rule back up. Cut the music. Pull the rule. Pull. It went off anyway. Thank you.
But the schools play each other.
Isn't that travel?
And then,
what is different from 7-on-7?
Like you can go to Atlanta and play.
What is the difference between 7-on-7 and AAU basketball? Tell me the difference.
I don't know.
So you're allowed to play with your school and your teammates
and your head coach
in 7-on-7, but not AAU. So you're telling me this is a rule for all sports, but it looking like it's only affecting basketball. Because basketball is the only AAU. Do they put AAU in this rule? Hold on. Do they say AAU?
I think they just say coaching outside the season.
Yeah, they just say coach. They just say travel. They say travel.
Yeah.
They say travel. They don't say per se AAU. They say travel.
But everybody's eating up everybody's time now.
And then one of the reasons we say that it might be kickback, they put this rule in so the coaches, because some of those coaches are being there with their guys all the time, and they'll start to have burnout.
Yeah.
That's BS. You ain't telling me that you put this rule in for damn burnout. These kids so if they don't play with me, they're going to play with somebody else.
Yeah.
They're playing regardless.
And that's something we started here about 2 years ago, that guys were going to play 7-on-7 with these just made up teams. Remember, they weren't even playing with their school teams anymore. That's what I thought. I didn't think there was school teams. No, school teams play 7-on-7. School teams play 7-on-7. But what is happening now, there's been another outside entity that's came in, and they're creating 7-on-7 outside of school.
And so now that's basically travel.
Yes.
It's travel football.
Yes.
Is what it is. So now we got travel football. You letting the high school? The rules say the high school coach can't coach.
Nah, I'm not sure the high school coach is coaching that.
But he's coaching 7-on-7.
He's coaching 7-on-7.
So is there a month for football like there is a month for basketball?
That's what I was just about to say.
Come on, man.
It's possible.
Come on, man.
It's possible.
I'm in the bylaws. Show it to me in the rule book. Because it's looking real one-sided to me right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't even think about this till we got doggone 40 minutes into the episode.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And I know some...
Because we're talking about I got to go across the aisle to get some buy-in from other sports, to get some bylaws changed in my sport. But if I'm in that sport and I'm trying to make my sport eat up all the time, I don't listen. You come in here and sit here, and I'm gonna smile in your face. You can talk to me. I want to help you. Then when you leave my office, it's
man, you crazy.
I'm not helping.
You think I'm finna help you so you can get more time on the court?
Yeah.
I need him on the football field.
Yeah, man. So it's funny that you got to go through all these districts and all these sports to try to get change when you're trying to get something done specifically for a sport to enhance it. You're not hurting the game.
You're not. But my issue is, like, why is it even a problem for us to do it? Because, like you say, if 707, hell no, because they got spring training. They allow football to play.
Oh, they're eating up all the time.
They got spring training during the school year.
You got to understand, basketball season starts in November.
Okay,
but what I'm saying is, if you're at a school
and
they
December,
play, it's December.
Facts.
So your basketball program literally will not start a game until December. And
then you play until February.
Come on, man.
You play until February.
Yes.
So you got really 1 month. We've been there before.
Yeah,
I ain't even trying to hash it.
we're not trying to have that conversation, but I'm saying it's about that's what I'm saying. It's eating up that time.
But I'm having issues and trouble because, bro, this just feel like a basketball rule to me. I don't give a damn what nobody say. This feels like a rule that is geared towards putting a stronghold on AAU basketball, not allowing schools to use AAU to hoop. Why not? That's what it's for. It's for the development of the student athlete. If it's a basketball player, he don't play other sports. He is locked in with his coach. Why can't his coach him in the summer?
That's why I'm going to Georgia, because my coach can do it.
That's why I'm going to Florida.
That's why I'm going to Florida.
That's why I'm going to Virginia.
That's why I'm doing it, because my coach can be involved in what I got going on my entire process. My coach is not going to coach golf. My coach is coaching basketball the entire time. And when regular basketball is over, he's sliding into travel basketball. My coach is.
But listen, that means our coaches are better because they're getting more experience. They're coaching more. They care more. Like, it's a whole bunch of pros to your con of competitive balance.
Other than the money. Whenever you start following the money.
Other than the money.
Because the money's not adding up to all this time. That's why I'm going to go do another sport. Let me get that time and energy from you to come put it into this sport, and let me pay you this stipend. And then when this is over, let me let you jump into another sport and put that time and energy in that sport. I'm not going to make your main sport compensate you for the time and energy you putting in. I'm going to make you put that down.
Who does that hurt in the long run?
Man, it hurts the coaches. It hurts the program. It hurts the players. That's who it's hurting.
It hurts them kids, man. Like, this rule, to me, hurts the kids. And I know, I'm going to tell you, like, I don't know who wrote this proposal and put this bylaw in.
Well, the way we heard it, it was some work went behind it.
It was some work went behind it.
Yeah.
Right? And it might not have been as much work.
True story.
Because we don't know who put the proposal.
Right.
It might have been somebody up there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, man, I think this is a very interesting conversation that needs to be continued, because what are we going to do as a basketball community? And I'm going to tell you like this. Half of y'all don't listen no way. So the basketball community is more barbershop talk than actual action, right? It's a bunch of social media talk other than action. It's a bunch of people who act like they care, but they really don't care. It's the same way that goes on in the association. We got something in this, because the reason we're talking about this, we want to change this rule, right? We need this rule to be changed. We want our coaches to be able to maximize on the talent that they have at their school for that short period of time.
And the kids that are supposed to be coming to their school.
Right, the feeder systems.
I can't mess with my feeder system, now you allow my feeder system to be infiltrated.
And I get your angle.
Going
That's your angle.
Yeah.
I get that part.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna care about that. Because in their eyes, it's not supposed to happen anyway. So I'm not finna argue with that, because it's not supposed to be happening. We know it happens, but we can't talk about it because it's not supposed to happen, right? But my thing is, what is the issue with me saying I want to go coach my middle schoolers? I want to take them and put them in an AAU tournament this weekend. I want to put my middle school team in an AAU tournament this weekend, and I want to coach them. Why can't I do that? Right? They're 6 years, 5 years away from getting to me, 4 years away from getting to me. That's fine, right? Because they still got to go through middle school, ninth grade ball, JV ball, then varsity. So they got 4 years minimum before they even get to me. So if that's the case, what is the problem with me going to implement what I do at my program to these kids at a younger age? So you say, oh, you got to get your assistant coach to go do that. Okay, but I'm the head coach. I run the program. I can't build my relationships now? It's so much, bro. Like I say, I think it's going to be, and back to what I was saying, we're trying to change this rule, right? We think that this rule can be tweaked in a way that can help out our student athletes, basketball players, to be specific.
And coaches.
In the state of Alabama.
Yeah.
Like this rule change, and we're not saying I won't, because we know how AAU basketball goes. It's a totally different game.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
Totally different.
A YBOA tournament. Let me go put my squad in this YBOA tournament this weekend. Right? The ones that I can get. If I got some big time players that might be somewhere else, cool. But if I got other guys that play on mom and pops that might not be playing, let me go get 7 or 8 of my guys and let's go put them in an AAU tournament. But you know what else that does? That allows me to practice. Right? Now I can come in and practice with my guys. So I don't see the issue in that other than other lazy programs and coaches not wanting to get beat by 60 because they don't want to go in the gym with their kids. And you're afraid to let your kid go over there and play with them because if they go over there and they're good, you're afraid that they're going to take your kid from your school and put them at their school.
And if you got a relationship, that shouldn't happen. If you're investing time, that shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen, bro.
That just shouldn't. That should, like you said, recruiting shouldn't be a part of the game.
It shouldn't be a part of the game.
It shouldn't be nothing.
But you're causing it, Alabama high school.
You're causing it to happen.
Yep.
Because somebody's going to do some work.
Somebody's going to do some work.
Somebody's going to do some work, bro.
Right. And just because they're working don't mean they're working in an illegal way.
And see, that's another thing I'm about to say. A lot of times when the recruiting happens, it's not even the coach recruiting.
Right.
I'm not recruiting anybody.
Right.
The people, the athletes, they're talking to the other parents and they see it. They like the investment that is being put in.
Right.
I want to put my kid in that.
Right.
Because the current situation we're in, we're not working.
Right. Well, we know high schools around here that don't even do nothing in June.
Come on, man. Nothing.
They don't do nothing in June. And guess where their kids went? To another school.
Yeah. But why wouldn't I go to another school?
Because they working.
Because you're not doing anything
in June. We know about a school here in Montgomery that does nothing in June. Yeah. It might change next year because they got a new regime coming in, but they did nothing in June. And their best players have transferred to another school. Why? Because they getting that work.
Man, I'm supposed to, though, because as a parent, if my child is doing this and we're making the investment to do this, I shouldn't have to settle for nothing.
I shouldn't have to settle.
I should not have to settle for nothing.
There it is. But yeah, man, we're going to end that thing right there, man. We're going to go to a quick commercial break from Real Talk Tees, man. And after that, we're going to come back and wrap up the show and let y'all know what we got going on for the rest of the week right after this message.
What's up? This your man, D-Will the Coach, here on behalf of Real Talk Tees. Real Talk Tees is for the players, geniuses, and bosses. For those who hustle, for the fresh, and for the iconic. Real Talk Tees is urban, affordable, vintage t-shirts to help you express yourself. So visit realtalktees.bigcartel.com to order yours today. So how about this? You got a specific mood in mind? Custom orders are available also to help you and yours stand out. So visit realtalktees.bigcartel.com where what's real lasts forever.
And we're back. Chill Will.
Yeah, man.
That was an interesting conversation there, my boy.
Hey, man, it's one of them conversations that it's gonna hit the ground running.
Yeah, man. Every conversation we have does that, though, bro.
It's gonna hit
because
the ground running.
people should be tapping in because we're not just going on there and no hate to nobody. We're just not bringing you on to let you hear us interview somebody. Right? Like interview, hey, you got this person, we're interviewing this person. All right? That's not what this platform is all about. This platform is thought-provoking, right? We're trying to bring thought-provoking thoughts change agents. We're change agents. What you said, you're a life coach.
Yeah.
Right? So we're change agents, man. We're trying to figure out how can we actually grow the game of basketball. Go on here, DeBreezy. Grow the game of basketball in here.
That's our whole focus, man. You know, like you said, you get to talk about other sports. We basketball guys.
We basketball
It's the
guys.
family business.
Right.
So, and Alabama's our state, man. You know, we've been in it. We love it. The talent levels around here is just immaculate, man. And it's getting better year to year because now we're starting to have all these conversations about the best players. And, man, you talk about this all the time. It's getting to a point where we got to talk about it in 10-year spans.
Right.
Because just to talk about the best players through the state of Alabama and you're having a 50-year span, it's too many players that have not been seen. People seen certain players, touch certain players.
Right.
So
areas, all that.
All type of things.
And
man.
like, I'm glad you said that. Y'all be on the lookout, man. On the lives, we're gonna start having this debate. It's gonna be the best players in the state of Alabama all time, right? But we're gonna do it in decades.
Got to.
We're gonna do 80s,
90s,
2000s, the 2010s, and halfway through the 20s.
Yes, man. That's the only way to do it.
That's the only way to do it, bro.
Because everybody kind of saw different eras.
Right.
And like I said, I mean, if I was born in 2000, I wouldn't know anything about the guys from the 70s or the 80s.
Well, we ain't doing 70s.
No, I'm just saying. Period. I wouldn't know that.
Right.
So I'm gonna go say a name in the 2000 or somebody went to high school and shut the gym down.
And then the old head gonna be like, "Boy, you crazy, man! I saw both of them. He couldn't hold it." So
because when guys had 50 with no line, that's different. If somebody got 50 points in a game and there was no 3-point line, you can't tell me the guy that's got 35 right now is doing something. But then again, we talking about
6 threes.
Because listen, we had a conversation the other day, and I think about this. JaMychal Green's name never came up.
Yeah, Khalil said it.
Okay, he said it.
He said what up? He's like, no love for J Mike.
Okay, well,
and then what did I say? I was like, I didn't see him. I was not here at the time.
Right.
I heard, saw
right.
clips, but I didn't.
Right.
And then he had a knock for me.
Yeah.
He played 1A basketball.
Yeah. But then it's going to always be that argument of somebody, like you say, that didn't see J Mike, that played 1A basketball, but you came through an era of 6A basketball when you had to get police escorts out the gym. So if I'm talking from that lens and this lens, this is the best.
Man, come on, man. It ain't even close.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't even. And
so
like,
we got to break it down.
Birmingham got a. They got guys.
Yeah.
You got Childersburg. Because you know G. Wallace.
G. Wallace shut it down.
He shut it down. He probably top 2. Right. So my thing is, then you got the Huntsville. You got the Mobile area. It's a lot of areas, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that conversation coming up in a couple of weeks. No time soon. We still got a couple things we working through on the live right now. But coming up in a couple of weeks, man, y'all be on the lookout for that, man. The best high school basketball players to ever grace the court in the state of Alabama. We're gonna do it by decades. All right, we're gonna do it by decades. So y'all be on the lookout for the iBall Radio live stream happening every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. right here on the iBall Radio YouTube page. Heck yeah, we here tomorrow night.
I thought we had the game.
What game we got tomorrow?
Biscuits.
Oh, we got the Biscuits game tomorrow.
Yeah, man, it's tomorrow, bro.
What time is it?
The first pitch, 6:35.
Oh, well, we're not gonna be here tomorrow.
Yeah,
so we're gonna be here Wednesday.
We'll come.
Yeah, we can do Wednesday. I'll just do an hour Wednesday.
Okay.
And then we'll come in and
you know what we got to do.
Yeah, we got to. So listen, glad you said that. Guard your man day at the Biscuits game. We will be at the, dang, we done ran the time out. Chill brought up something else. Damn it, Chill. We were on time. Breezy, you ain't got to hit again. We going to get up out of here, man. Yeah. Chill, what holler these folks, man?
Hey, man, last name Will, first name Chill, move with a purpose.
Move with a purpose, man. Breezy.
We out,
man. And y'all already know they call me coach because I teach you how to ball. Until next week, we out. Peace. Long live Hero. Sorry for the music.
You've just experienced the iBall Podcast, the flagship program of iBall Radio and iBallradio.com.